Hi all. So today we are going to discuss about a very basic utility, which is ping. The ping is a basic utility, but is a very useful utility, and it's a savior during the troubleshooting. Whenever you are doing the troubleshooting, the first thing come into mind is the ping. So if anything is not working, let's test the ping. So if ping is working, then it's relief. I mean, you can ensure that my layer 3 connectivity is up and running. But if ping is not running or ping is not working, then there is some issue with the connectivity. So what it does, I mean, so ping it simply test connectivity between your source machine to destination. Whatever you are trying to test the connectivity with the connected, whatever you are trying to test your connectivity. So let's say if you are trying to test the connectivity with google.com, then how will you ensure that Google is working or not? Of course, the first thing, you can go to your browser, go to an URL and put google.com and it's working, then fine. But other than that, what is the utility, or what is there a tools through that you can test it? So ping is basically first utility, or come up with almost every Windows and Linux, and nowadays even in the phone is ping is working. So it's a very small and very useful tool. So it's basically provide connectivity test between your source and destination. That is, I mean, what ping does, it's provide connectivity test. It sends some data, send some echo message, and if they are receiving echo and echo reply, so that is on those two mechanism it's work. And other thing, it use ICMP as a underlay protocol. Ping itself is not a protocol, it's use ICMP to convey its message to the destination host. So it use ICMP basically protocol. And other than that, it also provide some additional information like domain name resolution, latency, and there are another some useful information it will give us. So let's get into and let's do some test and analysis what is the meaning of these. Okay, here is the Windows machine, and you can open the command prompt, go to the run, type cmd, and you will be land here. So let's test ping google.com. Okay, this will, if I am getting reply from google.com, which is I am getting, so this conclude that I can talk to the google.com. Okay, so very simple utility, you can just simply test connectivity with your machines to the destination machines, like I did with google.com. So what is the all about this information? Let me give the idea about this information. Okay, so first thing, it provide name resolution of google.com. Okay, the google.com, on which IP google.com is sitting. So this is giving me the IP address of google.com. Okay, basically there is a two utility through that you can get a IP address against a domain name. Let's say ns lookup google.com. This will also provide a similar information. See that the same IP address I am getting from here and ns lookup. ns lookup basically a DNS tool, but ping is inbuilt tool. Okay, Windows, I mean, ns lookup is also inbuilt tool, but this is work via DNS. See, nslookup.com, it is talking to the DNS server first, right? That what I am talking to, that my DNS server, which is this is the DNS server. Then this server is requesting the information about google.com. I am here directly providing that yeah, this is the IP address. Okay, so first thing क्या करता है ये, what it does, it provide name resolution. Name resolution. किसी अगर डोमेन, if you want to know the IP address of any website or any domain name, then you can use two tools. One is NSLOOKUP and another is ping. Okay. The next thing, that when I sent you 32-byte data, I am getting reply from google.com, which means my connectivity is through. Yeah, my connectivity is working perfectly fine from source to the google.com. I can reach to google.com. I can say hello to google.com. Then this is the IP address again. From where I am getting reply, I am getting reply from this IP. How much data I am sending? I am sending 32-byte, which is default packet size of ICMP packet. Then time. Okay, what is average time? Okay, what is average time of the first packet from source to destination and destination to back to the source, which means it provide RTT time, round trip time, RTT time. Okay, round trip time means how much time taking this packet to go to the destination and from back from destination to source. That is the RTT. So my first packet took almost 8 seconds. Second packet took 8 seconds. Third packet took 9 millisecond, and fourth packet took almost 10 millisecond. So I can say my latency is quite good. This is also called latency. RTT, what we called latency. The higher the latency, the less reliable connection. Less reliable connection or less speed. You can say less speed. The less the latency, the speed is higher. Yeah, speed is good. So this will also give us a good idea about latency ping. So whenever you are pinging to your local gateway, if I am connected to my LAN cable and then uh, LAN cable to the switch, then switch to the core switch, then my latency should not be more than 1 millisecond. If there is latency in local area network more than 1 millisecond, then something is going wrong. It might be a broadcast or my devices are too busy to handling the traffic. There might be many issues. But if I am talking about the WAN connectivity, if in the WAN connectivity, if you are getting latency more than, I would say 300, 400, it's worse. 400, 300, it's worse. Say 60 to 70, till 60 to 70 is fine. It's quite fine. Not issues. But that is excellent latency, which I am getting. The third information I am getting here is that TTL. What is that TTL? It's time to live. Time to live. The original when the original TTL was introduced, it means that how much time taking from source to destination. But the meantime, its meaning of TTL is changed. Now what does it mean? It means that how many hops I can cross before my packet gets eliminated or get self-destruct. See how it works. So let's take a scenario. Whenever my packet cross a router, what does the router do? The router will increment TTL by -1. Every time my packet cross a router, my TTL will be decremented by -1. Why do I mean why is that so? Because in L3, make sure that loop, to prevent a loop basically. Why they decrement 1? To prevent a loop. Okay, how the, let's say, so this is my destination machine. So this my laptop. When packet leave from my laptop, the TTL was 128. Windows by default TTL is 128. Most common TTL value I am 64, 128, and 255. These are most common TTL value used. So Windows use 128. So when my packet is prepared from here, they insert TTL value 128 in IP header of TCP/IP network layer, in network layer. So this, when packet arrive on this router, the router entertain only network layer. So it will open the IP packet, it will look into the TTL value and will decrement by -1. So the TTL value will here will be 127. And when this packet arrive on this router, this router will also does the same thing. It will does 126, and this router will does the same thing, 125. This router will does the same thing, 124. And that's, so that's all the way till the it gets here. And the same response will, the same thing will does this PC. It will also use like 64. When this packet will reach here, it will do 63, 62, 61. So that is how TTL value works. If there is no TTL, then what can be happen is that, let's assume that there's some routing misconfiguration between this router to this router. So a packet arrive on this router saying is go to this router, then it will decrement by 1 and it will make sure that TTL level is remain 124. Then instead of sending here, this router is sending back this packet to this router. So again it will decrement 123. Again the loop is happening between these two routers. So TTL, once that packet once the TTL gets 0, the packet will got self destruct. So that is main purpose of TTL. So make sure that if there is a routing loops happening between source and destination, make sure my packet do not travel infinite in the network. If once it gets 0, it will self destruct, and you will see message that TTL expire in transit in your command prompt. So let's test some connectivity. Okay, so let's say ping. These are the these many attribute you can use with ping. So ping hyphen t, what does it mean? It's send continuous ping until you stop it. It will keep sending ping message. By default it's just send 4 packet, but if you use attribute hyphen t, then it will keep sending until you stop it. So let's say stop it, then ping. Then you can use TTL. So let's say hyphen I, ping hyphen I am using just 5 TTL google.com. Okay, what is saying? The TTL expired in transit. Why is expired? Because it's taking more than, it's need more than 5 router to get google.com. Okay, so when the when TTL 5 is end, it's when it's get 0, that router sending us a message back to me that your TTL is expired in the transit, so I cannot get your packet further. And also you can use you can increase the length. So let's say hyphen l hazar google.com. 1000. Now I am sending 1000 packet. Okay, 1000 byte. Okay, there is also some other attribute as well. Okay, count. You can use count to, I mean, for a number of packet you want to send. Size hyphen n to number of count, and this is a also is very important. Let's say ping hyphen a. This will basically, I mean, the reverse lookup. This will does simply reverse lookup. So if I ping this IP, then it will provide the domain name against this IP address. So here it's provide dns.google.com. So let's say if you have any IP address, let's say 4.4.2.2. This is also Google DNS. So 4.2. It's not working, man. So let's use another IP address, 4.4. It's also not working. It means 2.2.2 also not working. Maybe the reverse name resolution is not happening. 156.44.1 also not working. Ping google.com. Okay, this is the Google IP address, ping hyphen a 142.250.206.142. Here you see this is providing a domain name register against an IP address. Usually when we ping IP address, it's provide domain name against that IP address, but we can do the reverse as well. So that's all about ping. If you have any query or any doubt, you can post a comment and let me know if you have any doubt. Thank you for viewing.